Afternoon everyone, it's Charlie. I'm on the B8001, which is the road from Kennacraig into Skipness, and I'm just coming up to a little house which is known as Spion Kop, named after the battle in the southern part of Africa, I believe in the 19th century. Why it's called Spion Kop, I'm never sure. It's ahead of me here, you'll see views over the Kilbrannan Sound to the magnificent island of Arran. Arran's a lovely scenic part of Scotland. It's known as Scotland in miniature, but what I would say to you is the island, the beauty of the island is matched by the hospitality of the people. If you've ever got a chance to get a visit over there, be sure to take it. It's a lovely place, and some smashing people over that island. Have some great friends there. So as you'll see, we're on a single track road here. We're passing places. It's a wee while since I worked down here. Long time ago I was involved in putting in additional passing places. The idea is that you should always be able to see from one passing place to the next. We don't quite achieve that on this road, but hey, too bad. It's an improvement on what it used to be. The view you'll see opens up here quite considerably. Still a lot of forestry timber over on these hills here. My late Granny Nicholson used to absolutely despise these damn things. But anyway, they contribute to employment in this area, and we need as much high value jobs in the area as possible. So if you're involved in the planting and cultivation of timber, the harvesting and the transport of it to its end use, then good for you. Kintyre's still very, very much at the farming landscape, but we're obviously surrounded on pretty much all sides except Tarbert by water, so fishing's still a big industry in the area, though not as much as what it was maybe 40 years ago. I was never really involved much in fishing at all. I'll eat the things, I don't go and catch them. My relationship with boats is not particularly healthy. I get seasick looking at puddles. Road brings back a lot of memories. We used to live in the village of Skipness up until I was about almost 5 years old before we moved into the big city of Tarbert, and we'd be in and out this road maybe not quite every week, but certainly every week to Tarbert to do the weekly shop. You think, oh, you go to Tarbert to do the weekly shop? Nowadays people in Tarbert having to go to the bigger towns nearby to do their weekly shop. It's the issues of peripherality being more and more rural are becoming exacerbated even as the world becomes smaller with the internet and things like that. If you want to order stuff from over the internet, you're still paying premium delivery charges to get it into Western Isle, which really is a crock of shit. People down here suffer in any number of ways because of where they live. It's a tax on the beauty of this part of the island. However, as I say, you'll see the beauty of this part of the island, and Chapless and Brendan's over at Skipness Point is where I go to reset, where I go to relax, to contemplate when I need to contemplate things. If I'm in a bad place, I'll go over there and I'll sit and just think about life in general. But for the moment, I'm not in a bad place. I'm enjoying things at the moment. I'm very lucky. I've got a lovely family and my health is reasonably good. And we've just got my wee nephew Jacob, and we've just passed the spot where my late father's ashes were scattered. And how I wish that he could have met wee Jacob. He would have loved that wee boy, but sadly he's no here with us. Maybe someday, if we believe in afterlife and things like that, which I do, I would have loved my dad to see wee Jacob. Anywho, I can then assure this, in the summer months, you'll see all of this on the shore side. It's fairly solid and it's often parked up with camper vans. A great place just to come and wild camp. So this wooden structure off to the right that used to have antlers on it, was a little deer. A few folk out enjoying the scenery. The sea out ahead of you there, Arran Sound. Used to go out there fishing with my late Uncle Bobby and my dad, and the wee, I wouldn't say rowing boat, but the outboard motor. And we'd go out with the hand lines and we'd try and catch mackerel. And you just put feathers, darras onto the hook, and you'd have hopefully a catch of anything up to 4 mackerel coming in at a time. There are times we'd come in with the boat absolutely laden, and you're just too many fish to eat. Realistically, we shouldn't be catching that many of the buggers, but you can't overfish really from hand lines and things like that and darras. So what we did was we'd go round the whole of Skipness and just get pretty much everybody in the village a meal of fish. We knew Skipness at the time. We knew absolutely everybody in the village. Such a small place, and you'll see it there. Right over in the distance is St Brendan's Chapel over at Skipness Point. That's where you bury me. Some pretty amazing landscape here. I used to love climbing in these wee rocks when I was a small boy, down and playing down on the shore, and blaring your horn as you're coming around here to warn somebody that's you're coming aboard. I used to love climbing in these rocks and playing in the rock pools, trying to find crabs and wee fish. The red sea anemones, which would display their tentacles when the tide was in, when they were underwater, but would just sit there like wee dots of jelly attached to the rock when the tide was out and they weren't covered in water. So here we come, the village of Skipness, a house called Arran. You can look right over your views over to Arran. And a little sign down there to the beach. That's a new wee path. That never used to be there. And as we come round this corner, you'll come to Skipness Village Hall. Remember going in there to play carpet bowls to get various vaccinations when I was a young boy. Here is Skipness Primary School, the first school I attended, and my granny Hunt was the school cleaner, and my granny Nicholson was the school dinner lady. So it's a small village. Granny Nicholson stayed in this house here on the right, and that house there, Brannan, should never have been built. It should just been left to a strawberry patch. And this was my granny Hunt and Grandpa Hunt's house, and that house there, wee blue Skipness studio, that should have been left at fucking Scottish strawberry patch as well. I don't know what the planners were thinking about allowing them to be built. And it would come this a wee drive through the village of Skipness. As I say, we used to know everybody in this village. Now there's only maybe one or two that I do know. This little church here before the Skipness, before the bridge, St Brendan's Church in Skipness. This is where I was christened, where I was baptised 50 years ago. This is home. Glasgow's home, Tarbert's home. Skipness will always be home. And that's because there's this daft emotional attachment to down here. And I'm just going to turn and head back out and look at a wee quick glance again. Recycling centre, isn't that just a bloody maze? But anyway, there we go, another wee look at St Brendan's Church of Scotland in Skipness. My home. When I was such a small boy, my mother used to teach me, that's God's house. And he chose a fine place to stay, didn't he? This is our Divine Creator's masterpiece.